Hello and welcome to episode number 6 of WITM. And it's time for Monday Night Raw. Dalton Roush, the winner of the WWE World Cup 3 nights ago at Crown Jewel, will be in action tonight. He's got a huge opportunity in non-title action against the Universal Champion, Dean Ambrose. But before we get to that matchup, Dalton Roush is going to be on the microphone talking about his WWE World Cup victory. This Raw also special as it emanates from Dalton's hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So Dalton Roush has made his way to the ring, microphone in hand. Let's listen in and hear what Dalton Roush has to say in our first promo segment of WITM Season 5. Sorry for the random, the volume of Dalton's music going up and down. Apparently I didn't have the audio levels right. Anyway, Dalton Roush has made his way to the ring, microphone in hand. Let's hear what he has to say following his WWE World Cup victory at Crown Jewel. It is fitting that the first Raw after Crown Jewel takes place in my hometown of Grand Rapids, Michigan, because the WWE Universe members here tonight in this city may just be the only people who took me seriously when, since day one, I've been saying that I am the premier talent, also known as the best in the world. And not only have I been saying since day one that I am the premier talent, but I also said that as the premier talent, for me to leave Hollywood and commit to the WWE full time, I only want to face the best that the WWE has to offer. At Crown Jewel, I got exactly the opportunity I've been looking for. The WWE World Cup, an 8-man tournament featuring 4 of the best from Raw and 4 of the best from SmackDown. The other 3 competitors from Raw were all former world champions. And all 4 competitors from SmackDown Live were former world champions as well. And I defeated the Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley, Kurt Angle, a current Hall of Famer, and The Big Show, a future Hall of Famer, in order to capture the WWE World Cup and prove once and for all that I truly am the premier talent. So, the Universal Champion and Dalton's opponent tonight in non-title action, Dean Ambrose, has made his way to the ring, what does he have to say to Dalton Roush? So Dalton, you beat up 3 has-beens, all of which are in their 40s, who probably get winded walking to the ring, let alone trying to wrestle 3 straight matches. And you think that gives you the right to call yourself the best in the world? Let me set something straight. The only title that means that its holder is the best in the world is the one sitting right here on my shoulder, the Universal Championship. And of course, we can't see the Universal Championship on Ambrose's shoulder in this scene, but in a normal scenario, he would have it. And I successfully defended that title against Brock frickin' Lesnar at Crown Jewel in order to earn the right to walk into this ring with this title. And tonight, I'm going to defeat you again and remind you who the real best in the world truly is. Just like how at Survivor Series, I'm going to annihilate the WWE Champion AJ Styles from SmackDown Live and show the world. Well, I didn't mean to exit out of the promo. As, of course, still gotta get used to these menus anyway. Just like how at Survivor Series, I'm going to annihilate the WWE Champion AJ Styles from SmackDown Live and show the world that finally, I'm the man. Not Roman Reigns, not Seth Rollins, and certainly not you, the former B-list backup member of The Shield. And of course, those words are fighting words, and Dalton and Ambrose try to brawl in the ring, but that will be broken up. They'll save it for in just a few moments when they will compete in a non-title matchup.
We'll see if the next match can equal that last one. Sit tight for singles action coming up next.
Alright, and prior to our WITM matchup tonight, the Ascension had to defend their Raw Tag Team titles, and they were successful defending the titles against Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Also, as you may have heard me mention, our next pay-per-view is Survivor Series. It will be chock full of Raw versus SmackDown matches, whether any WIT members are involved. That pay-per-view is up in the air, as most of the matches are Raw champions versus SmackDown champions, so we do not have any WIT members that are Raw champions or SmackDown champions. So, unless a WIT member happens to qualify for one of the elimination tag matches, we may not have a WIT matchup at Survivor Series. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, what matches or other matches are added to the card, and if a WIT member can qualify for the elimination tag team match. We'll see. But that's 2 weeks away. Right now it is time for Raw, and it's a huge non-title matchup. The Universal Champion Dean Ambrose takes on his current #1 contender, the WWE World Cup winner, Dalton Roush. Let's get that loading up.
We got one-on-one action coming your way next. We have one of the best talents on the roster to date.
Gonna settle the score.
Alright, so Dalton Roush comes in with about the best possible form he can, hot on the heels of the first placeman in the WITM 5 rankings, Andrew Spudstrong, just 1.6 winning percentage away after winning 3 straight matches in the WWE World Cup tournament at Crown Jewel in order to win the WWE World Cup. Now he gets this huge non-title opportunity against the Universal Champion Dean Ambrose. Dalton will, of course, remain #1 contender should he pick up this victory tonight. And as Dean Ambrose alluded to in his promo, these two men have history. Remember, back in WITM Season 4, in the road to WrestleMania, Dean Ambrose was one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions and the United States Champion. but he would be injured by Brian Kendrick of Andrews CWO. And Dalton Roush would be the man that would take his place and replace Ambrose as one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So now these two men with history collide in this non-title matchup. It's the Universal Champion Dean Ambrose versus his current number one contender Dalton Roush in non-title action. Let's get this match underway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Grand Rapids, Michigan, weighing in at
As we ready for singles action, Byron, what can you tell us about these two competitors?
Well, I can say that both of these superstars come into this match incredibly hungry to prove their dominance here tonight. And as we all know, only one will walk away with their arm raised in victory.
Lock the doors. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Fringe is in the house.
And his opponent from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 225 pounds, the WWE Universal Champion, Dean Ambrose.
Raw just turned into an asylum. Sure, this guy's fit to be tied, but his resume speaks for itself. You know, I don't know what it is about this guy that captivates the WWE Universe. Quite frankly, to me, Dean Ambrose looks like a guy that hasn't showered in about a month.
There is no rhyme or reason for why Dean Ambrose does what he does, but that's why people like him, Corey.
And there's the bell. This match is underway.
Looks to gain momentum with the win tonight.
Whoever playing no close attention or been looking forward to notice,
Man,
but
this
one
card
nice
is just packed with
new
so many
feature
great matches
from this
and
year
one
was
is definitely
highlighted
among
during
the
Dean
most
Ambrose's
anticipated, I'd
entrance.
say.
Now, automatically, when somebody wins a championship, their logo will be put on the side plates of the belt. And if you looked at the side plates of Dean Ambrose's Universal Championship, you could see that his logo was on there. So that's a nice new addition. Anyways, on to the match. Ambrose repeatedly slamming the head of Dalton into the head of the canvas. These two men have met before with the Universal Championship on the line. And of course, it was Dean Ambrose remaining the Universal Champion. Ambrose, as he mentioned, will be representing Raw in 2 weeks when he represents. Well, I already said he's representing Raw. I cannot commentate tonight, apparently. But Dean Ambrose will be representing Raw in 2 weeks at Survivor Series when he takes on the WWE Champion AJ Styles at SmackDown Live in a major champion versus major champion match.
Ambrose starting to struggle now.
Other matches confirmed: Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley versus US Champion Shelton Benjamin.
I wouldn't look too much
into Raw Tag Team Champions The Ascension versus SmackDown Tag Team Champion Sanity. As we said, as of right now, no WITM matches confirmed. Survivor Series may be the first pay-per-view in a while, other than the all-women's
He's got him covered.
Does not have
and
a WITM match.
Cover. Too soon.
But we'll have to see what happens in WITM and in real life over the next 2 weeks.
Big spine buster.
There's a power slam, or rather a spine buster by Dalton. Ambrose catches the leg. Here's a kick to send Dalton back down to the canvas. Of course, the Universal title would not be defended at Survivor Series.
And now Dean Ambrose finds himself in a tough spot.
Of course, Dalton is the current #1 contender.
This
He
match
wants
is
to
trending
remain,
in a
of
bad
course, be in that
direction
spot,
right now, guys.
so that whenever the Universal Championship is on the line again, of course, Dalton
They both look to
would
be
be the
about
man to get the
evenly
title
matched.
match.
Maybe I'd give him an edge, but not by much.
Dalton targeting that arm of Ambrose, trying to weaken that power. Now going after the other arm. We've seen Dalton use this move to much success before, a move that helped him have success at Crown Jewel.
What force
Is a
on that
reverse
slam.
DDT.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Dalton forces Ambrose to his feet.
Uh-oh.
Dalton was looking for the baby rock bottom signature maneuver, but that's going to be broken up by Ambrose. And that's going to give Ambrose a free Dirty Deeds finishing maneuver. He goes for a cover. Does Ambrose pick up momentum as Universal
He is
Champion
not
with
going
a
to go down
victory?
without a fight, Michael.
No, Dalton powers out at 2, but Ambrose is fired up.
Dean Ambrose.
And now he's going for his comeback sequence. That will give him a free signature maneuver.
people.
On top of that finisher he just used.
All that's left now is for
Right now, it's the Universal Champion Ambrose in control.
Right now. And Ambrose is rolling now, Michael.
But Dalton is able to break up Ambrose's momentum with a reversal.
You got to think about using the finisher.
Ambrose with an outer trip into the ropes.
Pick up the win
and a swinging
move
neck
on.
breaker.
There's no
Now
need
forces
to keep
Dalton
this thing
up.
going longer than necessary.
Ambrose forces Dalton onto the ropes. What's he have in mind here?
Not today.
It doesn't matter. Dalton is going to get a reversal.
And Ambrose is rolling
It's a
now,
chop
Michael.
by Dalton. Reversal by Ambrose. And Dalton just shoves Ambrose aside.
Tonight may not be his night, guys.
No matter how things look now, you're never safe around a lunatic like Ambrose.
Dalton trying to get an attack
boy,
off.
he is
Doesn't
rolling.
quite, and so just shoves
He
Ambrose
landed
aside.
it.
Dalton going back after that arm of Ambrose. Forces Ambrose up. Going for the baby rock bottom again. This time it connects the signature maneuver of Dalton Roush.
Left.
But Dalton's
Yeah, you
low
don't
on
see a slam
stamina.
like
Can
that
he
very
capitalize? He likes to go straight for cover.
And he got a near fall.
And Dalton nearly
Believe
pins
what
the
he's
Universal
withstood here
Champion.
tonight?
He's in shock that he didn't, but Ambrose is going to power out at about 2.5. Dalton looking for the side of a bullet, finishing
He might
maneuver.
have it.
And Dalton hits the side of a bullet.
I don't like Ambrose's chances here at all.
Does Dalton defeat the Universal Champion in non-title action?
I wouldn't have been surprised.
No,
if that
Ambrose
was it.
powers out at 2, and Dalton
Well, Dean
again,
Ambrose is the
in
Iron
shock
Man
and
after all, so
disbelief,
it's going to
asks
take
himself
more
what
than
it will
that
take
to beat him.
to earn this non-title victory over the Universal Champion, Dean Ambrose. Dalton forces Ambrose up.
Coming. Wait. That's how you move
Dalton
up the
going
ladder
for
here
his
in
own comeback
WWE.
sequence. That will
I
give
don't
him
like
another
Ambrose's
baby rock
chances
bottom
here at
signature
all.
maneuver
That might be the end of
if
Dean
he is
Ambrose
successful.
He's on a rampage now.
tonight. Oh boy, he is
And he
rolling.
is. Dalton forces Ambrose up.
I think this is the beginning of
And
the
going
end.
using that baby rock bottom right away for the second time in this matchup. Dalton goes for cover. And Dalton has defeated the Universal Champion,
Has the victor.
Dean Ambrose. If he did that in a title match, Dalton would be walking out the Universal Champion. Dalton's
Now let's take a look back. at some of the
outstanding
great action.
role continues. He's won the WWE World Cup at Crown Jewel. And 3 days later on Raw, he defeats the
That
Universal
was just one of
Champion
those
Dean
matches that
Ambrose
the men involved
in
should just be
non-title
proud
action.
to be a part of. A legendary performance. Hope everybody at home set those DVRs because that was a match you're going to want to watch again and again and again. Epic. Count yourselves lucky, people. You might watch WWE for years and only see a match that good a
Here
few
is your
times.
winner,
Epic.
Dalton.
You heard the ring announcer. This one's over. And here's your winner. Hey, they both gave it their all, but in the end, we were left with the best man standing. Boy, I don't think we're going to have too many disappointed viewers at home. Not with action like we just saw.
And more good news for Dalton Roush. Dalton now goes into a tie for first place with Andrew Spudstrong in the WITM 5 standings. So, of course, the WITM 5 standings will run until our next WrestleMania, with the WITM member with the best record, or the best win percentage rather, getting a WrestleMania matchup of their choosing. Right now, it's a tie between Dalton Roush and Andrew Spudstrong for first place, with AOT Master in third, hot on their heels, and Gerald and Corey way behind, battling it out for fourth.
Tag team match on the way.
Alright, and Raw rolls on. The Authors of Pain, the new Raw Tag Team Champions in real life, defeat Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Finn Balor picks up a victory over Braun Strowman. And non-title action, Bayley, accompanied by her friend Sasha Banks, takes on the Raw Women's Champion Natalya. And Bayley picks up the non-title victory over Natalya. Her boyfriend Andrew Spudstrong will be proud of that. Also a non-title action, the Intercontinental Champion Lashley, accompanied by his hype man, 205 Live's Lio Rush, takes on Tyler Breeze. And unsurprisingly, it's going to be Lashley picking up the victory in non-title action. And in the main event, the 1% chance of a triple threat match comes into play in the main event. It's Seth Rollins taking on Apollo Crews and the Raw general manager, Baron Corbin. And Apollo Crews picks up the upset victory by pinning Seth Rollins. No decision for Baron Corbin. And how does that affect the rankings on Raw? Let's find out. We'll start off with the Raw women. Bayley defeats Natalya. That is a non-title victory. So Bayley moves up 2 spots to number 2. Natalya remains Raw Women's Champion. So the Raw Women's Champion Natalya, number 1 contender Alexa Bliss, number 2 Bayley, number 3 Ronda Rousey, number 4 Nikki Bella, number 5 Mickie James, number 6 Ember Moon, number 7 Brie Bella, number 8 Ruby Riott, number 9 Tamina, number 10 Alicia Fox, number 11 Sarah Logan, number 12 Nia Jax, number 13 Sasha Banks, number 14 Dana Brooke, and number 15 Liv Morgan. In the Raw Tag Team division, the Ascension defeated Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre to remain the Raw Tag Team Champions. Ascension remain champions. Ziggler and McIntyre fall to number 2. The Authors of Pain defeated Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. Authors of Pain move up to number 3. Roode and Gable remain at the bottom, number 6. And so, the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Ascension, number 1 contender is the Revival, number 2 Ziggler and McIntyre, number 3 the Authors of Pain, number 4 the B Team, number 5 Heath Slater and Rhino, and number 6 Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. And the Intercontinental Championship rankings. Finn Balor defeated Braun Strowman. Or neither of them are in these rankings, so never mind. Lashley defeated Tyler Breeze. Lashley remains Intercontinental Champion. Breeze falls to number 9. Apollo Crews defeated Seth Rollins. Crews moves up to number 4. Rollins is not in these rankings. So the Intercontinental Champion is Bobby Lashley. Number 1 contender, No Way Jose. Number 2, Corey, who got the week off this week. Number 3, Mojo Rawley. Number 4, Apollo Crews. Number 5, Jinder Mahal. Number 6, Elias. Number 7, Titus O'Neil. Number 8, Zack Ryder. Number 9, Tyler Breeze. And number 10, Kurt Hawkins. in the Universal Championship rankings. Dalton Roush defeated Dean Ambrose. Dalton remains #1 contender. Dean Ambrose remains Universal Champion. Finn Balor defeated Braun Strowman. They swapped spots. Balor to #4. Strowman falls to #5. Apollo Crews defeated Seth Rollins with no decision for Baron Corbin. Crews is not in these rankings. Rollins falls to #3. Corbin swaps spots with Rollins. It goes up to #2 with a no decision. So the Universal Champion Dean Ambrose, #1 contender Dalton Roush, #2 Baron Corbin, #3 Seth Rollins, #4 Finn Balor, and #5 Braun Strowman. So that is it for our Raw rankings update. Now we move on to SmackDown Live. Will we see Gerald wrestle his first match on SmackDown Live tomorrow night? And we still will not see Gerald compete on SmackDown Live. We did see him at the WWE World Cup, but he has yet to get booked in a match on SmackDown Live. So we will, as usual, sim SmackDown. Alright, so in non-title action, Sonya Deville, the SmackDown Women's Champion, defeated Asuka. Gallows and Anderson defeated the Colognes. Charlotte defeated Naomi. Sandy, represented by Eric Young and Alexander Wolf, and accompanied by Killian Dane, defeated The Bar, accompanied by The Big Show. Also non-title action. Once again, non-title action, AJ Styles, the WWE Champion, defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. And in the main event, The Miz with a victory over Rey Mysterio in non-title action. And how does that affect the rankings on SmackDown Live? Let's find out. Starting with the SmackDown women. Sonya Deville defeated Asuka. Deville remains champion. Asuka falls to #8. Charlotte defeated Naomi. Charlotte remains #1 contender. Naomi falls to #7. So your SmackDown Women's Championship rankings: the champion Sonya Deville, #1 contender Charlotte Flair, #2 Mandy Rose, #3 Peyton Royce, #4 Becky Lynch, #5 Billie Kay, #6 Carmella, #7 Naomi, #8 Asuka, and #9 Lana. In the SmackDown Tag Team division, Gallows and Anderson defeated the Colognes. Gallows and Anderson remain #1 contenders. The Colognes remain #4 because the Bar lost as well. Sandy defeated the Bar. Sandy remains SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The Bar remain at the bottom, #5. So SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Sandy, #1 contenders, Gallows and Anderson. #2, The New Day. #3, The Usos. #4, The Colognes. And #5, The Bar. And the United States Championship rankings. There were no matches in the United States Championship rankings. The champion, Shelton Benjamin. #1 contender, Gerald. #2, The Big Show. #3, Rusev. #4, Jeff Hardy. #5, Aiden English. #6, R-Truth. And #7, Andrade Cien Almas. In the WWE Championship rankings, AJ Styles defeated Shinsuke Nakamura. Styles remains champion. Nakamura falls to #3. The Miz defeated Rey Mysterio. Miz remains #1 contender. Mysterio remains at the bottom, #6. So the WWE Champion AJ Styles, #1 contender The Miz. #2 Randy Orton. #3 Shinsuke Nakamura. #4 Daniel Bryan. #5 Samoa Joe. And #6 Rey Mysterio. Now we move on to 205 Live, where we see Andrew Spudstrong in action. And we will. It's going to be a 6-man tag team match that I'm probably going to need to edit some because it doesn't make much sense to have Hideo Itami on a team with, who's a heel, on a team with two faces. And it doesn't make sense to have Mike Kanellis on a team with 2 out of 3 members of Lucha House Party. So, I'll have to figure. I'm not gonna waste time here figuring it out. I'll edit that off screen. But what I will tell you is it will be Lucha House Party, Gran Metalik, Kalisto, and Lince Dorado, not Mike Kanellis, versus Andrew Spud Strong, Akira Tozawa, and another face from 205 Live. So, Lucha House Party, Gran Metalik, Kalisto, and Lince Dorado versus Andrew Spud Strong, Akira Tozawa, and a mystery third partner that will be a face from 205 Live that I'll figure out using the randomizer or something. Alright, so that is going to do it for episode number 6 of WITM Season 5. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you not miss a single WITM live stream or posting. Check out the links in the description, the first being the WITM website, where you can find out how to get your own custom WITM character with custom entrance, moveset, promos, and storylines. Check out the WITM Twitter as well for all the latest WITM news, announcements, and updates. And until episode number 7, Wednesday night, which is our 205 Live and the NXT combined stream, we will have Andrew Spud Strong in 6-man tag team action, and possibly action on NXT as well. This is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.